What kind of a peace do we seek? Not merely peace for Americans, but peace for all men and women. Not merely peace in our time, peace in all time.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown.
God, I'm ashamed to be an American today.
Nobody's gonna tell me that kid did the shooting job he did from that damn bush.
Here's the suspect.
24-year-old Lee H. Oswald.
I'm just a patsy. President.
Who actually fired the shots that killed Kennedy? Was there a conspiracy?
This was a military-style ambush from start to finish.
People got to know. People got to know why he was killed.
Close. Closer than you think.
This nation will not be fully free until all its citizens are free.
Alright guys, welcome back to another one. So today we're going to talk about the JFK film, the 1991 film by Oliver Stone. I wanted to talk about this because recently they're saying that I think Trump had signed off on releasing the documents, and then there was like some senator lady that also talked about it, that they were going to release. I think she said that there was 2 shooters. Did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't see that
No.
part.
And then the FBI said they had released 1,000 or 2,000 pages worth. They found all these pages all of a sudden. Fucking assholes. But, yeah, I mean, the JFK assassination is interested me like big time. His nephew, well, Bobby Kennedy. I was hoping he was gonna get into office and shit like that, and I think he also did recently. He became like HHS director. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas.
This is Walter Cronkite in our newsroom.
Here's a piece of copy that was rushed to me and was torn off from the United Press. President Kennedy has been shot in Dallas.
Along with Governor Connolly of Texas, they've been taken to Parkland Hospital there, where their condition is as yet unknown.
And just now, we've received reports here at Parkland that Governor Connolly was shot in the upper left chest, and the first unconfirmed reports say the president was hit in the head. That's an unconfirmed report that the president was hit in the head.
Police began chasing an unknown gunman across a railroad track.
Would you see if they need some coffee or something? These people are awfully shaken up. They were in the line of fire.
The president's car was some 50 feet, so we heard the first shot, and then as the car got directly in front of us, well, a gunshot from the top of the hill hit the president's side of the temple.
Where did the shots come from?
The shots came from the hill.
From the hill?
Yes.
Excuse me just a moment, John. There was just word from the hospital that they have dispatched a call for a neurosurgeon.
All we can do now is pray for him, and it's about all we can do.
The president's wife, Jackie Kennedy, was not hurt. She walked into the hospital.
A priest has been ordered. Emergency supplies of blood also being rushed to the hospital.
Just a moment. We have a bulletin coming in. We now switch you directly to Parkland Hospital and KBOX News Director Bill Hampton.
2 priests who were with President Kennedy say he is dead.
President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago.
I wanted to talk about the film. I remember seeing it a long time ago.
Yeah, I have too. I watched it a long time ago.
Like I've seen it multiple times, and then I rewatched it again to see. I just want to talk about, just what you think about it and shit like that, and what was true, what did they leave out? Because I think they left out a lot of stuff. There's a lot of research, other research that's come out that they left out. There's reasons that they did that. What do you think, man?
I like this. But, later on, I'm finding out that they did leave out stuff. But all in all, when I first watched this, I really liked this movie. You got to really like it because this movie is over 2 hours long.
Oh, it's 3 hours, man.
So,
fucking 3 hour movie.
I watched it like it was my first time watching it. So, it's still interesting. It still keeps you in, keeps you locked in. If you really listening to stuff that happened with the Kennedy thing, the Kennedy conspiracies and all that stuff, you can still a good watch if you're interested in that.
So let me read the synopsis. So JFK is a 1991 American epic thriller, political thriller, directed by Oliver Stone. The film examines the investigation into the assassination of JFK by New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison. Came to believe there was a conspiracy to assassinate Kennedy, and Lee Harvey Oswald was a scapegoat. I didn't know this Jim Garrison was a real dude.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he's a real dude. So there was actually somebody like this is all based on real shit. Because I originally I thought that they like made a character looking into the investigation.
Yeah.
When I had initially first seen the movie, I thought he was a character that it made up to like try to lead us through the story, but no. So turns out, yeah, he was a real dude. There, one of the scenes in the movie where he meets this government dude, the old dude with the hat.
One of the FBI guys.
Yeah, FBI hat. That dude, that's a real thing that actually happened. I always drove down by that.
By the
Elm Street.
Yeah, the place where Kennedy got assassinated. Yeah, we see it. I see it. I actually work downtown Dallas, so close to downtown Dallas. So
every time I see it, I'm like, fuck, that changed history right there.
It did.
Yeah, it's really crazy,
did.
you know. I don't think shit like that went down in Dallas.
Right.
Yeah.
For real. Crazy. And the thing is now, that's what Dallas is known for.
Yeah.
So that's what people think of. So, I mean, this movie, like you said, it covered the whole investigation of Kennedy, assassination. Of course, we go through the conspiracy, the magic bullet.
Then you say you were struck on the right temple. The spit then proceeds to ricochet off the temple, striking Newman between the third and the fourth rib.
Man, that magic bullet stuff was bullshit. So, all right. Oh, okay. We also originally today we was gonna go to the what's it called?
Yeah, JFK
the school depository.
Yeah, we're gonna go to they call it 6th floor museum, which is inside the book depository. We're supposedly on the sixth floor where Lee Harvey Oswald shot at the president. Of course, they were closed today, so we couldn't go.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Oh,
but we will be heading back there on a later date, and then it's gonna be added in this video.
All right, we back at the Grassy Knoll.
Back at the scene of the crime, literally.
Man. Let's see what happens. This time they open today, I hope.
Yeah, they're open today, so we're gonna go ahead and check out the 6th floor.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this because I've never been here before.
Yeah, the book depository is gonna be crazy. No, but I want to see if they're still pulling the old magic bully theory bullshit. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, we'll see. They might. I'm thinking they are though.
We at the JFK Museum.
This is the first part of it.
They said no video recording, so we'll try to get this part and then come back.
Record inside, so.
Quick thoughts.
Man, this is surreal, man.
Yeah, what you looking at, man?
This is the 7th floor of the book depository.
Yeah.
We can see a really good angle of where the president got shot.
No, pero la cosa es que no.
Right behind the book depository.
Yeah.
And we're standing right by next to the building where possible shots could have rained out.
Yeah, and that building, esa gris, allá arriba, the gray building in the middle, they also say there was shots fired from the top.
We can better hear you.
Yeah. They said there were shots from the top. There was a fire escape on this building.
Yeah, this particular building used to have a fire escape.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gone now.
Yeah.
But if you just look at old pictures, you can still see the fire. You can see the fire escape right here. So it's saying shots might have came from here as well.
No, it's pretty crazy. All right, guys. Well, I don't know about the JFK Museum, man. It's a little disappointing.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went there, it was completely different. Like now, it is an actual museum, but I feel like it's more a museum of lies.
Granted, you came here like 30-some years ago.
No, but they didn't even show the footage of him. I know it's fucked up footage, but they didn't show him get shot. And in all the videos, they cut it off right before.
Right.
Even on the thing, they said the conspiracy theories, they show a drawing of him getting shot from the back of the head. the bullet going out the front. The one bullet theory.
Well, the only reason I just think they hadn't show that because they know kids walk through here and watch this video.
No, but they never talked about any. They never mentioned.
Well, yeah,
none of the
that
shit
part
coming from the front.
And I didn't like the picture I showed you where they had the president here like it was going forward and the shot is
from the back. That's what I'm talking about.
We know that's a lie because you can see them clearly on the video.
Yeah, on the video it's on the front. And why they never showed a still? They never show any stills of it, which is all bullshit.
Yeah, his head is going backwards like this, not forward like that. So we know that was a lot.
That pissed me off, man. I was like, what the fuck? I don't remember none of that.
Well, you know,
shit.
they committing to this three shots. That's what they keep showing. I mean,
I'm telling you, I remember the magic bullet theory being on there. Really? They changed it. I remember I don't know if they called it that, but the one shot that magic bullet bullshit. They changed it now, but I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, they're trying to hide stuff.
Yeah. So
what's going on right here?
So what'd you think of the museum, man?
I thought it was okay. It's not what I expected. They got a lot of stuff blocked off, which I know why. I can expect that why, but it was okay. One
thing that was cool though, going to the same floor and getting that perspective from the same floor, the window at the top.
Like
you could have seen it like a whole different kind of view.
Yeah.
And them shots did come from the back because I know he did get hit in the back.
Right. Like he got in the back end.
But you could see it, right? I could kind of understand a little bit more how you could kind of see if he would got shot from the back of the head.
Right.
You could see it because it's possible.
Yeah, it is possible. If
now,
his head
would have gone like that, but the Zapruder film shows definite fucking proof that he was shot from the front.
Yes.
They tried to shoot his ass. No, they tried to shoot his ass from the back. There's no.
They tried to, but they missed.
Yeah. So
like I guess that first shot when he got hit in the back.
Yeah.
They was trying to hit him for the head, I'm sure. They hit him in the back, and same thing with the neck.
No, but that's bullshit though. In there, they said 3 shots.
Yeah.
They never mentioned none of the other shit.
Then I heard something saying like that, like when they did the investigation that he did. People heard shots from the grassy knoll. So they mentioned that.
Yeah. Yeah, but they didn't go further into it. I don't know. It's kind of sad that I don't like that they kind of fucking lied and they kind of buried Kennedy's legacy.
That's what I expect, though. I expect them not to say all the other stuff.
Well, I'm glad I didn't donate to their ass. Fuckers, man. But so I do sound kind of weird because I am sick, though. But
I think it was okay.
Yeah, it was alright. It's cool coming back, though.
Yeah,
just seeing the big ass differences, you know.
Yeah, we hope y'all enjoy our pictures and stuff that we should provide for you in the video.
We over here in the fence.
Yeah,
by the grassy knoll.
Yeah, this is the grassy knoll fence where one of the shots came from behind the gate.
Yeah. No, even the cameraman saying that the shot is from here, the front.
Yeah, you can definitely see it, like how Kenny's head goes. You can tell that one of the shots came from this area.
No, it's definitely. I mean, there's shots from the back, of course, because there's a shot from the back. But nah, just the Zapruder film. Yeah, the Zapruder film shows that he got shot from the front. So I'm saying it was definitely here, if not here, over the overpass bridge.
Yeah, which we're gonna go right there next.
Yeah. Doing some investigative reporting.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, man, I could have been FBI too, you know.
The different type of
Si no fue allá, if it wasn't over there.
You can definitely, right here, you can see it right here.
Yeah, see, right here.
Yep.
Yeah. The big old possibility, but.
Good possibility they could have came from right here too. But they said they saw a puff of smoke. Was it from right here?
Yeah, it was around here, close to the back of the.
Yeah, you can see a good spot right here. Yeah, I can see it. If his head going like this, you can see if it came from right here, like this. The X is like right there, man. Like where that little dude is. You can. That'd be a good angle right there.
No, it's pretty crazy, but yeah.
We don't probably think any shots came from right here, but what he said, like a missed shot came from and hit down there.
Mira. Uno de los tiros que no le pegó, pero cuando lo tiraron pegó allí abajo. allí abajo y le quebró un pedazo. So you can see down below where one of the shots was fired and missed and hit the little concrete piece that divides the street. Yeah. So, but that one, that's an obvious from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shot.
Well, they tried to get
From
him
the
from
back.
the from
So,
over there.
but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. One thing that was never mentioned is the people that could have been on top of that building, that gray building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or from the one with the
balconies.
fire escape. No,
Yeah.
from
I mean,
that.
that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Fire
yeah.
escapes.
Either the fire escape or that top window. The top window at the very left that could have shot him initially, but that could have been that one that tried to hit him and then missed. So either possibly of the two people in the gray building or in the middle one. Either one, but
Okay.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Doing some detective skills.
Footage.
Yeah, but no. So there you'll see a different cut later on, but whatever. The records building, I've been there. I remember like a long time ago when they're doing a school trip, and yeah, and they in there they try to sell you the magic bullet theory. Like what the fuck, man?
I mean,
They actually try to sell. So the magic bullet theory, for those who don't know, a bullet went through the back of Kennedy's
back. If it did his back.
The initial first shot, right, went through his back, came out, and then hit the other dude in front of him, and went through his back, and then through his arm, and then down to his leg. But then this bullet magically ended up on the stretcher, and that's the one of the bullets.
So the thing, what
the fuck?
What I think about that is, I mean, because I was looking at this Zapruder film, Zapruder film over again, and when the bullet goes through JFK's back or throat, one of the two, both of them reacted at the same time. Like after it came out, he bent over like this.
So he did get shot in the back.
He did get shot in the back, and soon as he reacted, the guy in front of him reacted too. So it hit him too.
Yeah.
It was a bullet that hit both of them. But all that extra like going around there,
that's all stupid bullshit.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. So the film talks about all this shit. So in the film, Jim Garrison he's trying to figure out who really killed Kennedy, but he brings it actually towards trial because he was the only person who brings it to a trial, and that's what he suspected. He found out a lot of shit. He found out that this dude Clayshaw was with this other dude, the Joe Pesci guy.
That's David Farrat or Farrat, whatever his last name is.
And that's crazy. And like apparently, so all these dudes were connected to Oswald and shit. Pretty crazy. Like all the times that he was able to figure out just looking into the investigation and shit like that.
I think they skipped 3 years later after.
Yeah,
after because it starts with it kind of shows Kennedy like how he was in bad with Russia and Cuba and how they really had something against him. How all of them had reasons to want to kill him. I think that's how they was trying to set up whole part of it, the conspiracy part of it too. And then even they kind of led to believe that the vice president might have something to do with it as well.
No, so I think he did. I don't know to what degree though. But there's talk that Lyndon B. Johnson, because they had dirt on Lyndon B. Johnson, and they were able to use him, so he either gave the hit or I don't know, ordered it or he was in on it. I don't remember the entire details. I just know because they got him into some weird shit because I think he was into like cross dressing or he's banging dudes and shit. And then they blackmailed him to try to use it as a cover up. Cause he the one who appointed Dulles and shit into the Warren Commission. Was it LBJ? I don't remember.
Probably. I know Kennedy was holding back a lot of stuff, and he had something against the CIA because they kept lying to him the whole time.
He said he was gonna dismantle them and shit.
So and the CIA was pissed off at him. So there was a lot of people that they probably had their hands in the pot for this one.
No, I mean I got my theories on that. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
In a bit, but like, what else you got?
So they also kind of give you a backstory of Lee Harvey Oswald. I'm sorry. How he could have been. he said that from the beginning that he was a patsy for somebody, for the people that really did it.
Yeah.
How they kind of showed how they might have put. Everybody knows the paper where him on the front of the newspaper
It's
with
in
the
the
gun.
Life magazine when he's holding the rifle that he supposedly shot.
And that was supposedly, according to this, that it was like fake.
Yeah, it was fake.
They put the picture of somebody that looked like him, or because they kept saying that
No, it was Photoshop, but Photoshop with the tools back in the day.
Yeah, like they had a picture and they stuck it on top of another background, on the background of his.
They put his head on top of some other dude's shit of him holding the rifle. Oswald, he was CIA. He was Marines and shit.
Yeah,
But
he was in the military.
At least to my knowledge, he's not the one who shot Kennedy.
Yeah.
He was a patsy, at least everything that I've seen so far. But this dude wasn't a fucking saint. He was he was connected into all that shit. They used this as to cover shit up.
And for me, I always thought that Oswald did do it, but I had like different times. I thought that he actually, people just putting too much in, and I used to think that maybe it could be possible that he was able to get 3 shots off. And people are always overthinking stuff, like which they do. A lot of people overthink stuff. They want to add a conspiracy to something that's not there.
Yeah.
But when you kind of dive deep into it and you see how the angles from the bullets and stuff, then you kind of say, okay, maybe not. It's right in front of you. You can tell like the bullets all came from different angles. No way that one person from the Book of Purgatory shoot 3 shots and then hit them all like that. So, and there was been reports that it was more than 3, like 6 bullets, and a couple missed.
7,
one missed, one hit person watching in the crowd, and then you had one shooting from the grassy knoll. And then you got maybe 1 or 2 maybe shooting from the back.
So in the film, it shows Oswald or somebody playing Oswald. No, I think it showed multiple. In the film, it showed other people going up to the building and get ready to sight him, because Book Depository building, and then there's another building from there. When Kennedy was going down the street, the initial street before he turned going down to, I think, Elm, right? And that street, they could have took him out there. I think it was because they gave him too many exits, and it would have only been that one shooter. Yeah, as opposed to when he drove down Elm, you got him from the back and you had him all from the front. Apparently, so there's this magazine. It's pretty cool. JFK.
Yeah, because we went down there today. And we
got some dude like sold this. It ain't free. Some motherfucker sold
it's
this,
not.
but it's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I like JFK shit. So
yeah, we both do. It has a lot of good pictures in there. It even has
one thing that I've never seen it, or even till now, or heard about it, because I also looked it up afterwards. Apparently, there was a shooter in the fire escape,
like the
building across the book depository.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
We were just down there.
Yeah.
I might have got it in my pictures because I was scanning the whole area, so I might have got it in there, not even knowing that I got it.
Yeah.
We just learned that when we got back here.
Yeah, but that's how it is, because you see the motorcade coming down with the FBI dudes on the security on there. You can see
that would be a good angle too.
Yeah, but I think that may have been one of the ones that missed, or that shot him in the back, because So all right, so
I can see that.
So let's talk about initially it was 3 shots. Initially, I think in the initial reports they said it was only 3 shots, and one of those is the one that took him out. But that's not how it went down. I think it was 6 to 7 shots. I think 6 in the film. It might be more than that, but to my knowledge, I think it's around 6 to 7. You could tell where he was shot from in the Zapruder film.
We must look at the Zapruder film, which my office has subpoenaed. The American public has not seen that film because it has been kept locked away in a vault for the last 5 years in the Time Life building in New York City. There's a reason for that.
The Zapruder film wasn't released for years.
Really?
No, yeah, nobody knew about that shit. It was buried in the archives. They hid it, yeah. They buried it in the archives. And until somebody asked about it, they started digging about it, because I think, was it 80s? Let me be sure about this shit. Hold on.
Yeah, so when we was down there, we got a lot of good footage as well. And of course, going off the Zapruder film, of course they show shots, like that third final shot that hit him in the head, came from an angle that you can tell it came like
from the front.
Like
Yeah,
like his head went like this.
Oh, it's just bullet trajectory, man.
Yes, and you can see it, like you can see it clearly in the film that it didn't come from the back, like this way. It came from like this.
His head,
Yeah.
So this fucked up, but you know we gotta talk about all that shit. His head would have blown out forward, right? If he would
If it came from the back, it would have did like this,
and
it would his body would have went like this instead of like this.
Yeah, because he got shot in the front and it got taken out. That's why for a while I didn't know why Jackie jumped over on the top of the limo.
I knew why for a whole
It
time.
was because she was picking up a piece of his skull.
Brain, yeah.
That's fucking crazy. So why would she jump backwards, right? Because if the bullet came from the back, he would have got shot to the
it would have went that way,
and it would have gone down.
Yeah, it would have.
No, he got shot from the front, so that's why all that. I mean, you know, ballistics and shit.
Yes,
straight out the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have pictures of.
Yeah, there's pictures. I'll upload them and shit.
I don't know. Are you able to upload that stuff?
Yeah, it's okay to show. It's different, but here's the thing. The thing about the pictures is they faked some of those pictures.
Which one? The skull pictures?
Yes. Because in some of them, like they show a clean. I don't think you'll be able to see all that shit.
No, you can't see.
Yeah, that's too much glare. But I'll put them up there. In some of them, a chunk of the back of his skull was missing.
Right.
So how is his thing all fixed up? See?
Yeah, I saw that. I like what the heck is going on right there.
Okay, so there's a reason, and now this does go into like conspiracy lands and shit. But fuck it, let's go.
I mean, part of this, the rest of this part of this movie, they kind of builds up. It shows you, but it shows you what happened to Kenny, and then it talks about all the conspiracy that goes along with that, which basically what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we probably most likely in the conspiracy part of this, we kind of said, you know, we talked about how he got killed. And mainly this is mainly about the conspiracy part.
Yeah.
All this, even with the movie, it talks about all the conspiracy, all the people that could have been involved and how it went down.
Well, I mean, going back to the movie real quick now before we...
Which is still the movie. You talking about the conspiracy. That's all mainly that movie is conspiracy.
No, but in the movie, apparently it was CIA involved because Kennedy was gonna stop the Vietnam War.
Right.
And the military industrial complex wanted to keep the stuff going, right? They wanted Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and shit like that. So it was a conspiracy between the CIA and big military. I don't know what the fuck you call them, right? Them going against Kennedy and shit. But that only covered one aspect of it. It didn't cover the whole thing.
Yeah, also Kennedy wanted to help out for civil rights too. He was
that shit set back civil rights for like a lot.
Yes, because he was in it trying to help folks that way, and a lot of people probably didn't want that.
No, a lot of people were very sad because he was. I forgot what it was that he not progressive. I don't want to use that word because that's a bad connotation now. But he didn't look at his. I think part of his laws or legislation that he's trying to implement was good towards the civil rights.
Yes,
he was along with MLK and stuff like that, and them assassinating set that shit back big time. Like it fucked up a lot of stuff. But MLK and RFK was his brother. He also got assassinated. All of this shit is tied together.
Yeah, Robert F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all tied together.
Yeah, but even when he got assassinated,
but so I mean, going back to the movie talks about that aspect of it was the CIA and the big militaries that they wanted to take him off of that. I don't think that's the whole thing. I don't think that's the whole story behind it, right? But what I was going to talk about is the pictures of the cadaver where he has the back of his head is still good. Okay. I don't know. Have you heard about this shit? Remember in the movie, they said after Oswald shot Kennedy, he went down and he shot a cop.
Yeah,
Tippit, Officer Tippit.
Yes.
That shit never made any fucking sense to me until I remember watching it in this other video or section. Officer Tippit looked a lot like Kennedy.
I forgot how the Officer Tippit looked.
No, look up pictures of him. They say he looked like Kennedy. He was just like very similar to Kennedy. They used him as a body double to fuck with the autopsy.
They used Officer Tippit's body for Kennedy's body? And
to fuck with the autopsy.
Interesting.
That shit right there is a whole other fucking rabbit hole you couldn't go into.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I never heard of that.
In the pictures, where the fuck did they get this dude that had that
head that's intact?
Yeah. But like I said, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
The Secret Service.
I'm not gonna go all the way down on that one.
Even if this is not the movie we watch, but I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Parkland.
What is that?
Which is another Kennedy. It's off base because it's rough like a Parkland. Parkland.
Right.
It's
the
a
hospital
Kennedy.
shit.
Yes. And I think at the end of that, they made it seem like the Secret Service was in on it.
Yes.
Was in on everything too.
Well, they were in on that.
So I mean, so to speak. I was saying because maybe if they were in on it, I could see if they could have got orders from vice president, the vice president to say, okay, yeah, do whatever you got to do, because they was trying to stop the Dallas doctors from operating on him and doing the full autopsy on him.
Yeah, because they were gonna do the autopsy. They were gonna do the examination at Parkland, because that's where he died. That's why they called him his death, right? They ended up taking his body to a military base where they got all these other doctors, and those doctors had their hands tied, literally and metaphorically, because they couldn't do shit. They were like, "No, you don't call it like that. You call it like how we're gonna tell you."
And also, they cleaned out the car too.
Yeah, which was very fucking weird, and that was a call from Lyndon B. Johnson, according to the shit that I heard. Yeah, it's very weird, man. They did all this shit that's out of procedure. In the film, what's his name? The FBI dude, when he talks to him in Washington.
Got his name.
Yeah, I don't think he Mr. X. This dude has a name. I'll put it up because I know this dude's name. I found out what it was. The X dude, I just call him like that for now because he was head of security and shit. He was like, none of that. The way that shit went down, it would have never went down like that if I was still here, because they sent him on a mission to do some other shit. That shit was to sidetrack them from doing an actual tight security check on the president. One of the things in the film, which was very crazy, is they had everything on Oswald already reported out in the newspapers hours in advance. Shot and shit. How the fuck does that happen?
Right.
Going to, so this is a whole different one, but similar to the 9/11 conspiracy, to where when a news reporter, she's like, yeah, the building is down, but the building was still standing up. She's like, no, the building went down. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it's a similar kind of thing. People are like, how come you were showing reports of Oswald? How come you knew everything about this motherfucker?
And could we also just go and combine those two movies we watched? Because we watched.
So, okay, right. So
we also watched, another JFK?
No, it's the same. So it's also by Oliver Stone. It's JFK Revisited, or JFK Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, this was made in 2021.
Yeah, so that film also ties up a lot of the holes that were in the film. So they tie up a lot of shit.
Yeah, and this one, it talks more from the angle of the Warren Committee.
Yeah.
How they was investigating the assassination, and from what we heard today, all them guys was pretty much liars. Like they was trying to cover up the assassination because they wanted to go in. They needed to have a patsy. They had to, so they was going, Lee Harvey also did all of that.
Yeah,
so,
it was only one shooter.
Like
don't
that.
ask any more questions.
Yeah.
So in that though, talking about the Warren Commission, the dude they put in charge was somebody that Kennedy got rid of a while back ago. Why the fuck would you put that dude in charge of figuring out an investigation like that? Let's say there would be malice, so he would want to get some kind of revenge.
Yeah,
like,
he'll want to
Kennedy,
right? Yeah, I can see.
Even if that dude, he did something that fucked up the investigation. He was involved in it on there. To what degree, I don't remember, but he did want to get revenge on Kennedy, and he led the report to be like, no, there's only one shooter.
Yeah, he wanted to make it like just quick and fast. Yeah. We found this guy. He did it. We got.
There was only one.
Somewhat.
Three bullets.
Three bullets. 3 shots took him out.
Yeah.
And this particular one, it's a documentary, and it talks about FBI, Secret Service, and CIA. How CIA, I think JFK was going to end the CIA.
Yeah.
They was pissed off about that.
So what they
too.
were pissed off about is going to the Bay of Pigs invasion and shit like that, and there was another operation because they even talked about it in the film Operation Mongoose and shit like that, to where they wanted to set terrorist attacks in Miami that were orchestrated by so-called Cubans, but it wasn't Cubans. I mean CIA, playing as Cubans so they can go to war with Cuba. And Kennedy is like, "What the fuck is wrong with y'all?" Like, fuck all that shit. No, we're not doing that shit. Going a little bit back to the Vietnam War shit. If you look into that, Kennedy wasn't stopping that shit. He did call for a withdrawal of troops, but he wasn't downsizing it to the degree that they were gonna stop it 100%.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure they didn't like what he was doing, but I don't know. I think the film plays that side too much. So yeah, I don't
And
know
this
what else you
also
got.
kind of talked about how Lee Howard Oswald was, how well there was different assassins ready for Kennedy. If he would have been, if we would have
Yes.
did his
Yeah,
speech in
yeah.
different spots.
This was crazy right here. This part. So in the revisited film, they talk about how there was a plot in Miami to have him assassinated. There was a patsy. There was a similar route planned and shit that they were gonna get him from high rise buildings, and he called that off because the security was shit.
So he got away on that one because since he called it off, they had to reform or whatever.
Yeah.
Had to. So I guess that to that because it was another place too. They had another. Let me see. Do I have it on here? I think Chicago too. They said Chicago, Florida. In Chicago, it was a guy named Thomas Arthur Valley was supposed to be the patsy there, and in Florida, it was supposed to be this guy named Lopez. It's a Cuban guy named Lopez was supposed to do it, be the assassin in Florida.
Yeah, no, so it's crazy when you like read into that shit. Like they wanted this motherfucker dead, right? Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so much, and all this is just because President Trump is going to.
Sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades, and everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Were they supposed to bring out more stuff about the Kennedy or something like that?
Oh, well, all right, hold on. Do you think that they're actually gonna finally let us know what actually happened?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they already had. I mean, long time ago, I've seen right here they already had let out a lot of files.
Yeah.
Anyway, so why not let the rest of it out? So
well, I hope they do. I think they might try to cover some things up. We'll see.
I don't think this. It seemed like this year, like it's like everybody trying to expose everything. So
yeah, no, but there's a bigger shit. If the shit that I read gets exposed, I mean, will people do anything about it? Probably not. But
yeah, I don't think it's really too much you can do. Everybody that probably has something to do with this is probably dead right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just knowledge to be known, basically at this point.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let me go over my notes. Like I said, I don't think he shot Kennedy, and like even his ass was in Russia for a while. Oh, the crazy part that they talked about in the other film, there was multiple Oswald. Yeah, because they had built his name up.
What other film?
In the second one.
In the documentary?
Yeah.
Okay.
They used his name, right, to try to get his name out there. To try to use it like it's a CIA trick or some shit like that. All right. Oh, a cool thing that I found out about afterwards is that Oswald he lived in Irving. Yeah, we didn't get to go to the Ruth Payne's house.
Yeah, we're gonna do that too. We're gonna go to Ruth, which is the house where Oswald and his wife
we're living in.
We're living.
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy.
So be looking out. We're gonna put that footage in as well.
And then let me see. Okay, we didn't talk about Jack Ruby, Mr. Rubenstein. He killed Oswald, right? His connection was to Jewish mobs and gun running and shit. Yeah, in the film, it was kind of weird though. I don't know why. One thing that always seemed weird to me, why did Jim Garrison never want to interview this dude?
I don't know. I know that Ruby, they try to make him seem mentally ill.
Ruby was it was in the club.
Who's that? Was that?
He owned a strip club or some bar or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
That Clay. Damn it, that Joe Pesci dude.
That's David.
David, okay, yeah.
David
So that dude,
Farrett.
yeah, very. That was all connected. I was surprised to learn so much about that shit. That Jack Ruby was so much more connected to Oswald than originally thought. Right?
And he ended up, of course, it's like everybody's seen this video. Most people have seen this video where he killed Lee Harvey Oswald on camera. Like you can see the gun and everything, like him coming up to him.
Yeah.
And like the guy, one of the cops or the sheriffs was looking right at the dude with the gun, and when he shot Oswald.
No. My thought process though was why they never killed Ruby. Ruby ended up dying of, I think, cancer or some shit, or a blood clot.
Mm-hmm.
They never killed him right away because he was connected to all that shit. I mean, unless the mobs had real dirt on him and shit,
maybe,
and then he wasn't gonna snitch, right? But what I ended up hearing about it is he did an interview with this lady, and she ended up getting whacked off and shit. Yeah, she was like, "I'm gonna reveal everything that he told me," and then they found her dead.
Damn.
But in the film, I don't know if he ever talked to Ruby. I always wonder why they just go talk to that dude.
I don't know why they didn't talk to Ruby. I thought they did, because I mistakenly thought that one dude was Ruby.
Yeah, because of all the connections. It showed it in the film that he had connections to them, to Oswald and Shaw and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if they knew all that shit, why the fuck did they not just go talk to the man? A big one that is not talked about is the Israeli connection to this shit. So one thing that's never been mentioned.
It is a documentary one.
No, this is not in neither of the two films.
Okay.
So a controversy about the film is this part. Why was it never mentioned that JFK was trying to stop the Israel government from buying nukes and shit? That's one of the reasons why he got killed. Was the Jewish mob and the Israelis wanted him dead because of that. He was stopping Israel from getting nukes and shit. It's this cool shit. You look it up.
So you had a lot of
Numac.
A lot of enemies because
Yeah,
he was trying to do right.
Yeah, so there's that part, and that's the part that people criticize about. Why was that never mentioned in the film? And people want to know about it. There's a reason. If you guys start looking into it, is because the director, he was part of the Israeli secret police services or some shit. Yeah, the dude that funded the film.
Okay.
I guess the producer, he was part of it, so that's why the script got rewritten. Now all this shit, whether it happened, I don't fucking know. This is just shit that I heard on the web, right? So why they never added this angle to the film? Because like Oliver Stone, he was either manipulated or they had dirt on his ass, and that's why he was never allowed to do the entire thing of the Israel connection. JFK, he wanted to put a stop to them, right? And I think it was like 10 days where he had got rid of the dude that was head of nuclear shit. And he wanted to put APAC. APAC is a Jewish lobby that funds a lot of the shit over here. And he wanted to put them as a foreign agent. So foreign agent means you gotta report all your shit. You gotta know where they're getting the money from, or like what are they funding, right? And that would fuck up a lot of the control that the mobs and shit have. That's what Kennedy was planning. Also, RFK was planning the same shit, and that's why they ended up getting rid of him, because the RFK shit is tied to more of that shit too. It's crazy when, like, just looking at it from that angle.
Yeah, you can go down a whole bunch of rabbit holes if you watch it. I mean, you start diving into the Kennedy assassination. Like, it has so much stuff out there to look at. You can easily kind of get lost in this stuff.
Yeah, but I recommend you look into that shit. It's called Numac. I'll put it up on this dude thing, Ryan Dawson or some shit like that. He did a good documentary on that. Check that shit out. And it like talks about that ties to
deeper
Israeli
than
shit.
that. It goes beyond. I mean, it's pre-Netanyahu. Do you know that John Kennedy was very much opposed to Israel getting them bombed? He absolutely nixed it. He did not. And he was coming over to make the inspections very rigid. They were building the factory at Dimona. That was a big issue. Kennedy was killed. Lyndon Johnson signed off and let the Israelis do what they want. They opened the Dimona facility in 1968. Americans didn't even know because Johnson put out a directive. He said, don't talk about it. So to this day, I mean, Americans, some of them don't even know that they illegally have the nuclear bomb. So that complicates the whole issue. Who's going to turn over? You see, that's enriched uranium. That's very dangerous. We're talking about low energy, low radioactivity. We're talking about 2-3% uranium that's enriched, and that's all we need for energy. So the Israelis are not good for this. This is something that would be, I mean, they could do it, but they don't want to mix up their, they want the highly enriched uranium. That's all that interests them. They want the bomb because they want to fucking blow up Iran. That's their only interest, I think. And Netanyahu's a madman. And I repeat that, to me, he's a madman. I met him years ago. I interviewed him when he was out of office. And I thought he was a madman then. And I think he's gotten worse and worse and worse. He's truly insane. I've never seen such a slaughter, justifying it like this with as revenge. And how do you wipe out a political movement? It's never been done in the history of the world. I mean, how are you going to kill off everybody? What do? Separate them, send them to Egypt? What? It's just mad. The whole solution. And what was sickening to me was when Biden went over there and hat in hand and money in hand to give him what he wanted. This is the problem with our country. And in that regard, Trump, although he supported Israel to a max and made quite a few mistakes, in that regard, I think Trump has a better choices to make. We can't do this. We can't do that. We cannot constantly support Israel. We have to say, no, we'll cut them off. Cut off everything to them right now. That's what I would do. And don't give me this anti-Semitic shit. I mean, I don't even know what they're fucking talking about. Who are the anti-Semites in the world? Just a few nutcases. Nobody's an anti-Semite unless they have a problem with Hitler and all that. But this is an issue about justice and peace and balance and basic human decency. I don't understand how they can kill Palestinians like this. And now apparently they're killing. I mean, 20,000 was the last number I heard. I mean, it's sad. I don't know what to do. You can't go over there because they shoot you. When I was over there, it's funny because it seemed to me at that time in June that it was all kind of quieting down, right? That was that time when it was just nothing seemed to be happening. It seemed to be settling down as an issue. I was hoping that would change, and it's gotten worse.
And then let me see what else we got. All right, the Warren Commission. So talked a little bit about that. How Dulles, he was head of CIA. They got his ass out, and then how it was rigged. That commission shit was rigged. Yeah. Because Dulles was fired by Kennedy. Let me see. Oh, one thing. The amount of shots to be fired from that one rifle. Let's say if we just go back to one shooter theory, right? The amount of shots to be fired is no one's ever been able to reproduce the same amount of shots, same amount of time, and be able to go and run down to the building.
Right.
So
the second floor.
Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about is why Oswald. Why I don't think he was the one that shot him is because his ass was having lunch or some shit downstairs when the lady saw him, and several people saw him.
Right.
It was another dude that looked like Oswald or similar to his ass that was the one that shot that dude, and then he ran down. Then the timeline doesn't add up to when Oswald was there. I mean, I don't know how the fuck you go down that fast.
Yeah, you have to be real.
People try to add it up, but outside of that, there are other reasons why. I think Oswald was in on it with Shaw and them doing other stupid shit, right? And maybe he, I don't know, did other services to.
You don't think he was a trigger man?
I don't think he was a trigger man.
You just think he was involved in it.
Yeah. I think he was involved. He was involved in that circle of motherfuckers, right? Yeah, but the trigger dude, I don't know. To this day, we don't know who shot. There's people said many names. I don't remember these fuckers' names.
A lot of dang people put it as shots. Took those
some
shots.
dude said, I don't know, because I tried to look into it. Some dude said Fannie Mae. I don't know the fuck that is. I never heard that. And then they say the guy that killed them was the cop or the guy that was dressed up as a cop on the fence of the grassy knoll. They said that was the dude that killed him.
Which we're going to put footage of the grassy knoll.
So we went, we was at the grassy knoll. That to me seems kind of weird though, because at the point of the fence, I don't think you can shoot them from that side. You have to go the other farther down or more towards the front.
And with what we'll show you the angle we got. I think it was probably how they did it. Like it was a good, you can see a really good point of where he got shot. That last shot.
This part I did not, and so I did some research on this shit. A lot of the owners, the building owners of the buildings there were tied to Jewish mafias. They planned out that route for him specifically to go down out. So like you said, they could do a triangulation, as they said in the film, right? The APEC people, they were the ones. So this is all based on the shit that I read and the theories of it. They were the owners of the building in Dallas, and they were the ones who helped plan the route out for Kennedy to go down that way. There was a weird part too. This was in the film, to where some dude was pretending like he had a stroke to draw out the ambulances that were there and have them be used up, so they wouldn't be able to reach him in time. That was never talked about. Who was it that actually planned the route that Kennedy went down there? Because the dude, the FBI, the X-Man, he was like, yeah, he was never supposed to go down such an open, or even have an open car like that. Yeah.
Which that was ridiculous to do.
They never done.
But he would have died like either way.
Yes, they were gonna kill him.
What I'm saying, like with the shot, that last shot didn't have, that was an over, because he would have died from getting shot in the throat or in the back.
No, it's because they wanted him dead. He had to die.
Those two shots, one in the back and the throat, those would have been, he would have died from that.
Well, yeah, but think about it. You put so many people that if two miss, you're fucked. He goes away, right? So you gotta put so many people that you're 100% sure that one of these fuckers is gonna get the shot.
And like how they had towards the end of JFK, the 1991 movie, like they all communicated over the radio when to shoot and all that stuff. That happened at the end of that. Kind of shows you how they did it.
One big mystery is the Umbrella Man.
Umbrella
Man, everybody says that the Umbrella Man was there to signal the minute Kennedy passed the spot. That was the point of no return. So that's what the Umbrella Man was for, because it's kind of weird. The Umbrella Man disappeared. There's two things I heard. The Umbrella Man disappeared, or the Umbrella Man is just sitting by the side of the curb, just chilling. And it's kind of weird to do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which, I can actually see that happening.
Let's see. Cuban connection. The Cuban connection is like Cuban, I guess, gangs and shit, and those connected to Castro wanted to get rid of Kennedy and shit. You know, CIA and mob. So I'm just going through my notes and shit.
I also had like the Russians too.
But I don't know why the Russians would want him dead.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean,
because he was in good stand with Khrushchev.
I mean, they mentioned the Russians in the beginning of the 91 movie.
It's because everybody was against communism. That's all that was. Nobody likes communism. But if you look at communism, find out what communism is and the true origins of that shit. It's Jewish shit. Yeah, you look into it. Was it Trotsky and the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx? So those dudes.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Karl Marx. He wrote the Communist Manifesto. Him and the other dude, Trotsky and Lenin and Karl Marx and all that shit. They're the founders of the communist movement. But even that shit. So this is different. We're getting off on a tangent, but it's very interesting when you start looking into what it actually is, because it kind of stemmed off from the French Revolution, and it kind of goes into some weird Jewish origins and all this crazy shit. How all that ties to the Kennedy shit is, I don't know why they would want to kill him, because at least the Russians had good relations with him. The Cubans, no, but the whole Cuban Missile Crisis was like, that was even a whole different thing too. What that actually was, apparently, I saw, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is just going off memory. Cuba let Russia or the Soviet Union put missiles there as a retaliation of us putting missiles in Turkey, close to their border. And that's where the standoff was. Look it up, because I'm going to begin parts of that wrong, but it's crazy when you start to actually look at the events that went down.
Lee Harvey Oswald, a crazed lonely man who wanted attention and got it by killing a president was only the first in a long line of patsies. In later years, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King, men whose commitment to change and peace would make them dangerous to men who are committed to war, would follow. Also killed by such lonely, crazed men. Men who remove our guilt by making murder a meaningless act of a loner. We've all become Hamlets in our country, children of a slain father leader whose killers still possess the throne.
All right, well, I guess going back to the movie, in Jim Garrison, he has a trial, and in the trial, he shows the Zapruder film. Oh, the Zapruder film came out in 75.
75?
Yeah, like almost 10 years
And
after,
that's,
or maybe less than that.
yeah, 'cause that's when they showed it during that
trial.
I think that's where Mr. What's the dude name? Garrett? Is that the
Garrison? He's a
the
district attorney.
He did his speech off of that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that actually happened that way, but
it was an epic fucking speech, though.
yeah, it was.
He
That
did
was
some good. He's
Mr.
very emotional and shit.
Kevin Costner.
Oh, Kevin Costner. Yeah.
He acted his ass off in that last part of the scene when he was
he did a
the
very
closing
good job.
speech.
He did a very good job.
Yeah, because they told him they couldn't use something as evidence. They couldn't use. They was blocking some evidence, and so he had to go off that whole speech. I don't know how that actually happened. Did he win the case off of that, or
no? So his whole case was that Shaw or Clay Bircher or whatever, he was part of a conspiracy to kill Kennedy, right? And that's what allegedly, or not. Fuck man, Ferry is apparently one of the shooters that shot Kennedy and shit. Yeah, him, Ferry, Shaw, and also were in on a conspiracy to kill the president, right? Is what I think he was trying to bring forward, but it didn't go through. I think the jury, if not the jury, then the judge, I think it was other rigged on his end and shit. If you present that shit to me the way he presented, I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker is involved. You know, he has something to do with the Kennedy shit. And here's the thing, he was so it did come out like in the second film, the revisited film. Documents came out that this Shaw dude was fucking CIA. And he
Clay
knew,
Shaw?
and he had connections to Oswald. So he was right. This dude fucking lied to Gorn, but that's shit nowadays. I don't know if it was the release of that film, the 91 film, or the trial that helped lead further into the investigation of the Kennedy assassination.
I'm pretty sure it probably was a film.
Yeah, I think it might have been a film, but yeah.
You probably started looking more at or the case itself. People started looking
because
more
more
into
stuff was released. That's why they did the update to it.
I was wondering if that case was even real at first, because I like wondering if that lawyer, is he a real person?
Yeah.
Turns out that it was real. I was like, and I love stuff that kind of I love movies and movies that are based off of real life events.
Yeah, so it's like a drama of real shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool the way they reenacted the whole assassination and shit. They actually filmed everything here.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, cause the downtown Dallas, like the actual.
Yeah, they filmed in the depository. They filmed it out where Ruby shot Oswald. They actually went there and filmed it.
I wonder if we can find that spot.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know where it's at.
I mean, it was downtown.
Yeah, but it's in the jail.
It's in the jail?
It's outside of walking out the jail.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you can probably find that spot.
I'm not going anywhere closer. Might get locked up.
Get out of here. You got warrants or something?
Gotta get deported, man. Yeah. Deporting everybody.
Get out of here. Anyways.
Get sent to Japan.
Whatever, man.
I'm Japanese.
Yeah. Japanese. Anyway. But yeah.
Some people think
anything
Chinese,
else?
Overall, I wanted to rewatch this film. I wanted to watch it because of how they said, you know, that they were going to release the document, you know, and see how the film is held up. And it's held up very well. Outside of, they didn't talk about the Israeli connections and shit. Outside of that, it did a very fucking damn good job for what it was, right? And like to be a 3-hour film,
it
where
keeps
it
you
doesn't
locked
feel
in.
like that.
It keeps you locked in. That's for sure.
And it's old, and I watched it. Fuck, I don't know how many times.
Yeah, I've seen that movie at least 3 times.
But even with another rewatch, I got so much more info that I didn't get last time, right? Which is crazy. So I mean, I recommend y'all check it out. It's a very
if you haven't already.
If you haven't already,
so this movie is pretty old. It's made in 91. 91. So
and then watch, you know, the JFK Revisited.
which is 2021. Let us know what y'all think about this. If you're gonna decide to watch it, what y'all think about the conspiracy.
Yeah, who do you think did it? What are your thoughts? What else you got? What did we talk about?
What do you think about the magic bullet theory? All that stuff. And thank y'all for watching. Peace out.
And that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. If an American, because his skin is dark, cannot enjoy the full and free life which all of us want, then who among us would be content to have the color of his skin changed? 100 years of delay have passed since President Lincoln freed the slaves, yet their heirs, their grandsons, are not fully free. And this nation, for all its hopes and all its boasts, will not be fully free until all its citizens are free. We face, therefore, a moral crisis as a country and a people. And this is a matter which concerns this country and what it stands for. And in meeting it, I ask the support of all of our citizens. Thank you very much.